Right, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back to the fifth game here at Waitakere Bears Starling Park. Nice blustery day. This one being played between Marist and the man up at Ramblers. We'll bring the lineups to you as soon as we can. Leading off though is number 6, Lee Stockford for the Ramblers. Bun laid down. They'll take her at first. And we've now got a hot box situation. Can they get that lead runner? No, she will dive back in and will hold up safe. So 1 down for the Ramblers. Runner has been advanced to 2. Next up in the box, ever experienced, number 4, Zoe Toloff. Good hard punch. That'll find the slot out between centre and right. Toloff will definitely go around for the double. And Zoe will hold up at 2. But in doing so, will bring in the run and move Mount Albert through to a 1-0 lead. Next up for them, number 99, Tomoko Goda. Another punch, that'll curl round, and the right fielder will settle under that one comfortably and take the catch for the second out for the Ramblers. Next up in the box, number 12, Katrina Nukunuku. Punch down, but it'll straight back to Glassy on the hill. She'll make the throw through to 1. Claiming the third out, but not before Ramblers managed to bring the first run in, and will lead this one 1-0. We'll be back heading into the bottom of the first. Okay, welcome back to Starling Park. We're out here for the Bears Classic this weekend. 5 teams, been played over the 3 days. A couple of games last night in the very, very cold, windy conditions. Quickly running through the defensive lineup today for the Ramblers. So on the hill is Zaitine Nemi. She's pitching to number 13, Alex Tucker Bidwell. First base, Brooke Whiteman. Second, being taken care of by Lee Stockford. Third base is being played by Leilani Andrew. Shortstop today for them is Lisa Maldron. Zoe Toloff playing left field. Tomoko Goda out in centre. And rounding out their starting 9 is Brody Mons out in right field. First up for Marist, number 21, Alex Foley. Going for the throwdown. So obviously with the fast pitch rules, they'll start with a runner on each time. Stolen base there, runner on 2 now for Marist. Bunt laid down, that'll go foul. So she'll come back, rerun that one. So 1-1 the count on Foley. Marist obviously played the Bears last night. Another strong effort by them. They took that game. Bunt laid down this time. So they got the runner at 1. The runner came round. They were safe at third, but decided to come home with that throw down to 1. Came sliding in, but was way too late on that run, and they will claim the double. So 2 down for the Ramblers. And next up to bat, number 11, Aisha Hooper. On the outside, 2 balls. Driven hard by Hooper to short, but the throw is good, and that will be the 3rd out for the Ramblers, and no runs on the board. We'll be back heading into the top of the 2nd. Ramblers leading this one 1-0. Okay, welcome back to Starling. Top of the 2nd here, 1-0 lead for the Ramblers. Quick time called. But currently in the box is number 16, Lisa Maldron. Big solid drive by her out to centre left. It'll be over the head of the left fielder. So Ramblers will bring in the run up. And that will give Maldron a stand-up triple, giving them now a 2-run lead. Again, this is the fun part of playing fast pitch rules. So first inning, runner started on 1. Second inning, they started on 2. That runner now being brought in. 2-0 up. That will bring up number 1, Brooke Whiteman. Got a good solid piece. That'll head down the first base line, and with the aided wind coming off the back of the tacks, that will push that foul. Big swing and a miss on that one. Just trying to pull that inside line. Not quite. So 1 and 2 the count on Whiteman. And catching that inside edge this time for a called third, and that will send Whiteman back to the dugout. Next up, number 11, Leilani Andrew. There was a little pop hit there just over the head of the pitcher. Nice little pop shot actually. But heading down, Ramblers are questioning it. Runners coming across the running line, and Andrew having to go a long way around to get to first. Initially was called out. They'll have a conference on it. So they have called interference on that, having pushed Andrew out wide on that line, and as a result, she will be safe. So, Marist coach obviously not happy with the decision made. Can't appease everyone. Nevertheless, decision will hold, and away we go. So in the box currently, number 15, Alex Tucky Bidwell. Swing and a miss. So 1 and 2 the count on her. Still a wee bit high. Even up 2 and 2. And a swing and a miss with the third, and that will send her back in. That'll bring in number 9, Brody Mons. Nice work from Glassy, just catching that inside edge. Fouled back. And a quick third out there to end it. Not before 2 runs up. We'll be back heading into the bottom of the second. Okay, welcome back. Bottom of the second here at Starling Park. First up in the box, number 5, Nita Hickey for Marist. Just on the inside for ball. So as Chopper was saying earlier in the other games, if you are free, not much to do, come on down to Starling Park. Plenty of food and drink. Nice burgers, rolls. Some great softball being played. We've got some beautiful sun down here. Would say bring a jacket. That wind still does have a bit of a bite to it. But nevertheless, head on down and watch some great softball. For those that aren't able to come on down, stay tuned to the channel. Let your friends know we will be on here all weekend. But that will also bring up the 4th ball and we'll send Hickey down to first. So next up for Marist, and I do apologise in advance for all of these names that I will bugger up over the weekend, but Tegan Totala Hinita playing third base with them today. Nice bunt laid down, and she will take the sacrifice heading to 1, but in doing so will move those runners through to 2 and 3 and putting Marist into scoring contention. Next up, number 10, Tatiana Ruru. So that wind's still playing a big factor out here at Starling today. not overly strong, but consistent. Any sort of fly balls hit, they are just going to sit up there and hold. Nice change up thrown that time, down the centre for a strike. Another one straight down the centre. So 1 and 2 the count. Marist the opportunity here to even this one up. And driven over the head of the third baseman, so they'll bring in one. And with the pass ball past the catcher, they will bring in the second one, which will even this up to a 2-all ball game. It's the joys of fast pitch. Just having those runners on just changes the whole dynamic of the game. So 2-all here at Ramblers. At Starling Park. Ramblers versus Marist. Everyone just having a quick confab and just settling things down. But looks like we are just about ready to go again. And that will bring up number 6, Hayley Carter. Got under it. Again, just fouling off down one. That wind will push it out over the fence. So they'll reset, go again. Just a wee bit high on that one. Not a bad pitch, but just dropping a wee bit low. And down in the dirt. That'll bring the 4th, but because it was down in the dirt, ricocheting off the catcher and going loose, that runner at 3rd will come home, and that will now move Marist ahead, 3 runs to 2. Next up for Marist, number 12, Miller Glassy. Ball high. Just on the outside. 2-0 the count. Moving it round, but Glassy showing good composure, not chasing anything. 3-0. And again, down in the dirt for the 4th. So Glassy will head on down to 1, giving Marist now runners 1 and 2. Next up will be twin sister, number 20, Brooke Glassy. On the outside, strike called. Could have attempted with the rise. Evens it up, 1-1. Pitcher just needed to settle down a wee bit. Just starting to move it around just a wee bit too much. Driven hard by Glassy. They'll take the force at 3 and the throw will be good. Down to 1 for the double and will end the inning for Marist. Not before they brought in 3. Marist leading this one 3 runs to 2.
DeMarini bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight distribution on the CF9 than ever before. We can put the weight closer to the handle for slappers, distribute it evenly along the barrel for contact hitters, or toward the end cap for power hitters. You should never have to settle for a bat designed for the masses. By building with this stronger composite, we can also use fewer materials. This makes for a lighter swinging bat with a Texas-sized sweet spot.
Okay, welcome back. Just had to do a quick camera adjustment there. The old wind blowing it around quite viciously. So first up there was back to the top of the order, number 6, Lee Stockford. Drove a nice single there, brought that runner home. That brings us back to a 3-all ball game. And that'll bring into the box number 4, Zoe Toloff. Nice contact hit by Zoe, driving it out past short to left field. She'll go through safe at 1, move that run around to 2. And that'll bring back up the import for Ramblers number 99, Tamoko Goda. Popped up high and deep. It'll be over the head of the centre fielder. It'll head right out to the fence. And a nice stand-up double by Goda, bringing in the 2 RBIs and moving Ramblers through to a 5-3 lead now in the top of the 3rd here at Starling Park. Time called. Well, just head out and have a wee chat. We'll be back in a sec. Okay, we chat, mate. Umpire just straightening up home plate. So Ramblers 5-3 up in this one, top of the third. Runner out on 2, and that will bring in back into the box player coach, number 12, Katrina Nukunuku. Another one just popped over the head of short at the left field there. She'll go through safe at 1, go to an advance to 3. And they'll bring in the DR at 1, which will be Gabby Murray to run. So that'll see back into the box. Lisa Maldron hit a nice triple on her first. Ramblers with runners in the corners. Outside edge for a strike. Down and low, 2-1. A nice swing, but just fouling off the back of the bottom of the bat. Evened up now, 2-2. And again, a nice shot down that third base line. That will bring the run of Goda in. And Ramblers are still holding now with runners in the corners. 6-3 up. Top of the third here at Starling. Beautiful sunny day. Just going to get that wind to die out, which apparently should be after lunch. Will make it a very pleasant place to be. So number 1, Brooke Whiteman back in the box. Swing and a miss from her. So punched down. She was not there in time, so they will claim her at first. They were checking and holding that runner at 3. But either way, job done. Runners advanced from 1 to 2. I've missed something. I think they've actually called this foul at the end of the day. Fielder's foot must have been on the line, so she's come back for another shot. But they will get her in a swing and a miss for a strikeout swinging. That'll bring back up number 11, Leilani Andrew. On the outside, 2-0. got a good solid piece of it. The wind will push it, and runners out in the right field won't be able to get there in time, so that will go foul. High and outside. Got her looking for her third, and that will be an out for Andrew. That'll bring up number 15, Alex Tucker Bidwell.
DeMarini bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight distribution on the CF9 than ever before. We can put the weight closer to the handle for slappers, distribute it evenly along the barrel for contact hitters, or toward the end cap for power hitters. You should never have to settle for a bat designed for the masses. By building with this stronger composite, we can also use fewer materials. This makes for a lighter swinging bat with a Texas-sized sweet spot.
The next big thing for Easton Fast Pitch has arrived. The Ghost has revolutionary double barrel technology with 2 full-length barrels constructed together that essentially eliminates all vibration. The collision between the outer and inner barrel creates an explosive sound unlike anything you've heard before. The softer outer barrel has the lowest compression in the game for maximum performance right out of the wrapper. The Ghost. Are you ready to make the switch?
Kia ora everyone, welcome back. If it's a different voice, I do apologise. It's Broden here, the assistant coach for the Waitakere Bears Premier Women's team. We've just had a quick change in commentary while some of the guys are off doing some work, as that's a ground ball. over to the shortstop, and they'll make the play at first base while keeping the runner at third. That was Amy Wells batting. So we've got a fielder's choice. Nice play there by the shortstop, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. If you're just joining in now, the score is 6-3 to Ramblers. They did just have a good innings themselves, scoring a fair bunch of runs there. And now we've got one out with the runner at third. First pitch. It's going to be ball just a little bit high on the hitter, Ashley Foley. She's playing first base in this game. And that one's going to be in there for the pitcher. 1-1 is the count. It's a windy old day down here in Starling. If you've been watching, you would have seen a couple of the hits that have gone in the air as that one's hit to short. Second base, and that's a catch. So that'll hold the runner at three as well. Nice catch there by the second baseman, Leah Stockford, and that's going to keep everyone where they are. As it's 2 down now. And the runner over at third base, Brooke Whiteman, will be stuck there at the moment. But now into the batter's box, Waitakere Bears former player, Aisha Hooper. She'll take that first pitch. And that one's going to get past the third baseman to score the run. It's going to go past the left fielder. Aisha's going to make her way around to second base, and she will hold there. So Aisha Hooper comes up clutch with the 2-down single, and then she'll take the extra base on the error, but scores the run and moves the game to 6-4, still in favor of Ramblers. But now that brings up the shortstop, Nita Hickey. That first pitch is right down the train tracks. That's going to be a strike. Pitcher there using all her tools, tried to get Nita chasing, but she won't have a look at that one as it bounces over the plate. Takes the count to 1-1. That's a nice strike on the outside half of the plate. Nita down in the count now. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Hooper over at second base looking to score and move this game closer. Back to a tied ball game. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a little bit high. So 2-2 count. Hickey making sure that she holds her bat back there. That pitch too will also be high, so we're going to go to a full count now. On deck for Marist is the third baseman, Tegan Totita Hinita. I do apologize if I've said that wrong. I can't quite read Chopper's writing in his notes. But after Hickey earns the walk, that will bring her up to bat. So last time around she had a sacrifice. So we'll see what she has to do this time around with 2 down and runners on 1 and 2. Great scoring opportunity here for Marist. That first pitch, it's going to be a strike on the inside half of the plate. As I was saying before, plenty of wind down at Starling today. Those who know Starling Park will know it is a very windy place. And any ball that's hit in the air just gets a little bit crazy up there. You know, it can do a bit of dancing, can swirl away from you, can swirl towards you, can do anything it wants when it's up in that air. So we'll just have to see if the fielders are able to keep on it. But right now, everything's looking okay. That pitch is high, but it's a great stop by the catcher. So that moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 down, still runners on 1 and 2. And that ball's going to be hit. It's going down foul down the first baseline, and it's out of play, so that's a foul ball. Funnily enough, the Starling wind probably is the one that pushed that over the fence just as I was discussing it. So second life here. We'll see what Marist can do with it. As the count now goes to 2-2 with 2 runners on, 2 down. Not much more you can ask for, really. It's bottom of the 3. And that one's going to be popped out into right field. Is it going to drop in? Oh, and the catch can't be made. So that allows Isha Hooper to come across the plate. And there we go. So Marist will score 1 run on that blooped little Texas leaguer into right field. You really got a feel for the outfielders today. Any balls that go up in the air are just that much harder to read on a windy old day like this. I mean, if you can't hear it on the microphone, it is blistering. So now Marist still in here, still 2 down, but they are working a rally. As that first pitch will be high. To the left fielder. Once again, I apologize if I've got this wrong, but I can't read these notes. Tatiana Nodu, I believe is what it is. And she'll take that one for a strike, so they'll go to 1-1 in the count. Here's the pitch. She'll square bunt, and it's just going to be a good old slow jog over to second base to take the free base on offer. Obviously, Ramblers not interested in that runner going over to second base with a runner at third. So that moves the count to 2-1 in favour of Marist. Both those runners score. We're looking at a tied ball game. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Great hitters count here. You can see the Ramblers right fielder is playing the line, so if we get a foul ball out that way, she does have a chance to make that play. But in the same token, it leaves a big alleyway for a drive just out into the center right alleyway. So if she can find something low and just drive it through that hole, get it past the second baseman, they could be in the runs here. But anything popped up in the air with the way this wind's going, they could be in trouble. There's the pitch. It's going to be grounded over to second base. Stockford takes it. Easy pop over to first base, and that's going to be the inning. So Marist managed to get a couple of runs across, but not enough to take back the lead. They'll look to shut it down here and get themselves back on the bats. And welcome back to the game. Sorry, we're just a little bit late on that one, but Waitakere Bears have made sure that they're making these games nice and quick, so the turnovers are you know, we're not getting stuck too far behind in the schedule. No one wants to be stuck here at 9 o'clock at night. So anyway, the first 2 pitches of that at-bat were strikes. So that's going to take the count to 0-2. With the batter, number 9, Brodie Mons, who's playing right field for the Ramblers. She's batting. She'll ground this one to second base. That's a tag. And the throw to 1. Great double play there by Aisha Hooper over at second base. Funnily enough, with the Fast 45 coming up, I don't know if too many people have heard about that tournament. It's going to be played out at North Harbour with a couple of the teams that are here playing today featuring in it as well. In that tournament, any double play will end the innings. Doesn't matter. So in a situation like that, even though it's only 2 down now, that would have ended the innings in the Fast 45. So great practice here, especially for a team like Marist. And that's a quick inning. There you go. 3 pitches. See you later. So we'll move on. Ramblers still ahead 7-5, but momentum swinging.
Bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight distribution on the CF9 than ever before. We can put the weight closer to the handle for slappers, distribute it evenly along the barrel for contact hitters, or toward the end cap for power hitters. You should never have to settle for a bat designed.
Kia ora everyone, welcome back. Bottom of the 4th innings here with Marist now getting their runner over to first base to start this one off. Thanks to the new fast pitch rules that Bears are running this weekend at the Bears Classic. Batting now is the centre fielder Hayley Carter. She took that first one for a ball, but this one's going to be a ground ball over to third base. The throw is in time for an out. Great play by Leilani Andrew over at third base, but it does move the runner over to second base for Marist. Ramblers are currently ahead 7-5, so if Marist can scrape in another run here, that will help their efforts to claw their way back into this game and earn themselves a win. Obviously, Ramblers just trying to hang on. Batting now for Marist is the catcher. She'll take that first one for a strike. And then she'll foul that one off as well. So quickly now behind 0-2. And that one's going to be a ground ball, but it's going to get over the pitcher. However, Leah Stockford is there to clean it up. And she'll throw over to first base for the out. But once again, the runner is advanced and gets over to third base. So now Marist with a chance to score, but they're going to have to do it the hard way with a good clutch hit at 2 down. And asked to make that clutch hit will be the pitcher, Brooke Lassie. She takes that first one for a strike. And that one's going to chop, but it's going to be called a foul. Umpire all over that one. So now Glassy in the hole as well. She's 0-2. 2 down with that runner at third. Here's the pitch. And she gets a piece of it. That's going to drop over into the right field. But a great track by the right fielder, Brodie Mons, to come in and make that grab. So Ramblers get out of the inning without giving up a run, and they still hold the lead, 7-5 as we move to the top of the 5th.
DeMarini bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even...
Kia ora everyone, welcome back. We're in the top of the fifth here. Batting for Ramblers is the... Oh. Sorry, time's just called because Ramblers didn't shut one of their gates. Come on, guys. One job. So leading off Ramblers will be Zoe Tolhoff. She's playing left field for this one. She takes that first pitch for a ball. The runner for Ramblers over on second base for this inning is Leah Stockford. Glassy looks to try and paint the outside, but she just can't find it. So that's going to be 2-0 in favour of Tolhoff. On deck for Ramblers, the ever-dangerous Tomoko Goda. Tolhoff will ground that one. Glassy with the pickup, and she pops it over to first base for the first out of the innings. But Ramblers will move Stockford over to third base. Up to bat now, the centre fielder, Tomoko Goda. And that's a drive into centre field, and she will score the run here. And Stockford crosses the plate, and that's just going to be a nice and easy RBI single for Goda. And that's going to move the score to 8-5 in favour of the Ramblers. And it doesn't get much easier for Glassy. As up next now is the designated player, Katrina Nukunuku. Nukunuku squares the bunt, but it's actually a steal. And Goda slides in, and the ball got away over at second base there. If the throw had been on, it was in time for the out, but unfortunately it's just a little bit of a spray. So Goda will slide in safe. She's at 2. First pitch was a ball. Nukunuku with a drive up the middle. They're sending Goda home on the play. The throw's going to come in. And the throw was in time, but unfortunately, Glassy not in a position to set up for the tag. So Goda slides in unaffected, and she will score the run. So Katrina Nukunuku scores an RBI single herself. She's done her job, so she's going to get a DR coming out for her over at first base. So that now moves the score to 9-5 in favour of Ramblers here in the top of the fifth. Batting now for Ramblers is the shortstop, Lisa Muldrin. That first pitch is going to be down and away for a ball. And Lisa drives that one to the shortstop, and Hickey unfortunately can't come up with it. She bobbles the ball and spews it away, but Hooper's there to pick it up to make sure the runners don't get any extra bases on it. So that will now put Ramblers with runners on first and second with one down. And next up batting for them is the first baseman, Brooke Whiteman. Glassy receives a signal from his sister. The pitch. It's going to be a ball inside as Whiteman watches that one. She'll take the signal from her coach, Fergus McAlpine. Great man. Supports a horrible NRL team, but I won't judge him for that. Whiteman will drive this one out. It's a dribble over to second base. Hooper comes up with the scoop and pops it to first base for the out. But Ramblers will move their runners on that play. So now with 2 down, Ramblers with a great chance to push their lead even further here, as they've got runners on 2 and 3 with 2 down. And batting for them is the third baseman, Leilani Andrew. And Andrew fouls off the first pitch for a strike. She gets a piece of that one. It could just drop over the top, and that's exactly what it's done. But the throw's going to come home, but it's not in time. As Lisa Muldrin manages to hustle her way around from second base to score as well, and that pushes the lead out to 11-5. And we're getting into dangerous mercy territory here, with it now being the 5th innings. Ramblers will really want to score one more run here. Cheeky little chip shot from Leilani Andrew to score that one. Just got over the top of the first baseman's glove and dropped into that little hole there that a lot of fielders can't get to. But it's enough, and it's going to score the run. Yeah, and sure enough, Rebecca Fogel almost does the same there with her one, but that's going to be a foul, just a little bit too far on the other side of the foul line. So that first pitch is a strike. However, this one's just a basic pop fly, and that's going to be the last out of the inning. But not before Ramblers score 4 runs to push the lead to 11-5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th and hope for a reply from Marist.
The next big thing for Easton Fast Pitch has arrived. The Ghost has revolutionary double-barrel technology with 2 full-length barrels constructed together that essentially eliminates all vibration. The collision between the outer and inner barrel creates an explosive sound, unlike anything you've heard before. The softer outer barrel has the lowest compression in the game for maximum performance right out of the wrapper.
And welcome back, everyone, as we move to the bottom of the 5th innings here. Leading off for Marist is Amy Wells. She looks at possibly a running bunt there, but that pitch is going to be too high, so she pulls out of it. Wells playing right field for Marist in this one, and the runner over at second base for them in this innings is the pitcher, Brooke Glassy. That bunt's going to go down. It's to the third baseman straight away. Andrew with the throw. Oh, and we've got the out at first base. Throw was in time. There's a bit of a collision there between Wells and Stockford at first base, but they apologise to each other and there's no harm done. Only a little bit of damage, though, as the runner does move to third on that play. So Marist looking to try and score that run now with Ashley Foley, the first baseman, batting. And their first pitch is going to be high. 1-0 the count. Foley's going to get a piece of this one, but it is going to go foul. No harm done. And Marist cranking out that horrible catchy tune, Baby Shark. To try and help Foley out. Let's see if it does the trick. And it looks like it will, as that one is a drive into center field and it drops in for a single. So Foley, with the Baby Shark supporting it, manages to score the run with an RBI single. And that moves the score to 11-6. Still in favor of the Ramblers. But Marist definitely showing that while they're down, they are not out. And looking to keep the rally going will be second baseman, Aisha Hooper. That first pitch is going to be high. And the second pitch is pretty much the same, so that's a quick 2-0 count in favor of Hooper. Good hitters count here. Let's see if she's looking for something. And she will, and she drives this one up the middle. Great diving attempt by the shortstop, Lisa Muldrin, but she can't quite get to it. And Hooper follows up with a single to center field of her own. So now Marist with runners at first and second. That brings up to bat the shortstop, number 5, Nita Hickey, with 1 away. And that first pitch is going to be a ball high. And once again, the second pitch isn't much different. So now Hickey as well will have a 2-0 count in her favor. Runners on 1 and 2 for Marist, 1 down. And the pitch will be a first strike of the at-bat. But that one's going to be outside. So once again, another great hitters count here, 3 and 1 in favor of Hickey. And that one's going to be inside, despite Fogel's best attempts at a frame. So that's going to allow Marist to load up the bags with 1 down. And batting for them now is the third baseman, Tegan Tortita Hinita. Marist in the heart of their lineup at the moment. Number 4 hitter here. So they'll really want to be manufacturing some runs at the moment. So that first pitch was taken for a ball low. And that one's going to be hit to shortstop, but it's going to be erred by Muldrin as it bounces off her glove. And so Marist do manage to score a run there, and they do so without giving up an out. And that's going to force Coach Katrina Nukunuku to call timeout and have a chat to her players with loaded bags here. As that pushes the score now to 11-7. And welcome back, everyone. Quick little chat there from Coach Katrina Nukunuku just to try and settle down her team. They've got 1 out here, but the bags are loaded. And Marist are sparking a little rally here. They've scored 2 runs already. They'll look to try and score some more here. Thanks to the left fielder, Tatiani Noru. She takes that first pitch for a strike. Second one in there is going to be a ball though, so that's going to move the count to 1 and 1. And then she gets a piece of it. It's going to chop over the top of third base, but it's going to be a foul. And the Marist dugout getting loud once more for their batters, trying to give them that little bit of extra support that they need just to find those little clutch hits when it seems to be keeping them in this game at the moment. They'll really want another one here, but the count is 1 and 2. We'll see if Noru can come through. Here's the pitch. It's going to be down in the dirt. Great blocking from Fogel to keep it in front of it. And that's 2 and 2. really is. And the next pitch is going to be a ball high. And so Nodu has managed her way back to a full count here. It's only one down though, so don't expect to see the runners running. But they'll definitely be looking for some action. Payoff is going to be a foul this time around, so we're going to keep it all locked up. Big battle we've got on our hands here. Once again, 3-2. Loaded bags, one down. Here's the pitch. And it's going to drop short. So Marist will walk a run home. That moves the score to 11-8. Still in favour of Ramblers, might I add. In the bottom of the fifth here. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change. As Ramblers opt to bring in number 10, Tyler Morrison, for a relief job. She's working with a 3-run lead here, one down, but Marist do have loaded bags. Another former Bears player. All right, so Ramblers have made the pitching change. They brought Morrison in to try and shut this one out. But with one down and loaded bags, batting for Marist is Hayley Carter, the centre fielder. We get a quick timeout from the catcher, Rebecca Fogel, as she goes out to have a quick chat with Morrison, just to make sure, obviously, that their signals are in check and everyone's on the same page. Don't want to be calling a up and away and then throw it down and in and hit Heidi. First pitch of the at-bat, here it comes. And it's going to be a strike to start the game for Morrison. Nice pitch on the outside half. Marist getting loud in the dugout, giving plenty of support to Carter here. Inside, down and in for the second pitch of the at-bat, 1-1. Certainly a change of pace here from Ramblers with Morrison on the mound. And that one's going to be fouled off to the right by Carter. Moves the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck for Marist in this one is the catcher, Mila Glassy. And Morrison looks to get her with a pitch up and in, but Carter does just enough to foul that one off, and she'll stay alive in this at-bat. And same again. Carter managing to foul these ones off. Obviously, she's not quite found the pitch she wants. In the context of the game, Carter represents the go-ahead run for Marist, and over on first base, Nodu represents, obviously, the tying run. As that pitch comes inside, and It's all over the place. To say that was ugly from both teams was a bit of an understatement. To try and recap it, obviously there was a pass ball there. Nita Hickey over at third base. Thought about going, but then decided to do a quick cha-cha instead and didn't go. And then the throw came back to the plate and no one was there, so then it rolled over to the pitcher's mound and Hickey decided to do a samba for the second part and still stayed at third base. So despite all the dramatics and the dance moves, no one moves anywhere. Score's the same. And we're still in a 1-2 count. And Carter drives this one up the middle, but a great fielding play by Morrison. And she knows straight away with loaded bags to go home, and that's exactly what she does for the force out. And so that's going to mean it's 2 down now. Bags is still loaded, but Ramblers just needing to get the easy out, as they call it. Nothing easy about this at-bat, though. That first pitch is going to be a strike on the inside half of the plate. And that one's going to be fouled off to the right. Glassy just a little bit behind on that one. Count's going to be 0-2. And that's going to be inside as Fogel manages to hold on to it. Morrison was there just in case it did get past on the pass ball and was going to be needed to make a play at home. Now the count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. And that's going to be a foul ball from Glassy. Manages to get just enough of that down and out. Count remains 1-2. Glassy holds on the change drop ball there by Morrison, who gives a cheeky grin. Manages to hold back, and that moves the count to 2-2 here. Glassy looking not to do too much with it. She's just looking to make contact here. Shortens up her app. And just as I say it, she's gone back to swinging full. But she fouls that one off as well, so the count remains 2-2. And that one looks like it's going to stay in the field of play. And we have an out. So, Ramblers get out of the innings with Morrison coming in to do some relief work. And they still hold the lead 11-8, moving into the top of the 6th here. Kia ora everyone, welcome back to the Bears Classic. Ramblers back into bat here as they hold an 11-8 lead. The innings is the top of the 6th. And Ramblers have brought in a hitter here, Neela Whangana. I once again apologise if I've got that wrong. She drops a bunt down. But she will do enough to move the runner over to third base. So job done there. Once again, I do apologise if I'm getting surnames and names in general wrong. I'm not blaming Chopper's handwriting. Or I'm not blaming Lani's handwriting either. I'm just saying that I'm a terrible reader and they're terrible writers. So got a horrible combination in the commentary box. But now batting for Ramblers here is their leadoff hitter, Leah Stockford. She's been playing second base in this game. And with a runner at 3 and only 1 down, she'll be looking to push this run across. And she'll foul that one off. And his pitch, and that's going to be high from Glassy. So, count is 1 and 2. And she's going to get rung up on that inside pitch. Didn't agree with it, but it looked pretty darn good. So Glassy with a great pitch there, manages to get herself into 2 outs while that run is still stuck at 3. But it doesn't get easier. Now batting for Ramblers, Zoe Tolhoff. First pitch is going to be a strike on the outside half. And Tolhoff drives that one over to the first base, but Foley will be there to take the out. So Ramblers, despite a promising start to the inning, can't manage to get that run across. And now Marist will probably getting close to the end of the game here, so they'll look to push a couple more runs across. It's 11-8 going into the bottom of the 6th.
DeMarini bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight.
Good day, everyone. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th here at Bears Classic. We're in a high-scoring doozy, is how I'm going to describe this one. Ramblers currently leading at 11-8, but Marist with a chance to reply, and they've got a runner at 3 here. Doing the batting for them is the pitcher, Brooke Glassy, on deck. Looks like they're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Amy Wells, and it's going to be Kirsty Lackey. As Morrison throws pitch on the outside half, and she can't quite clip the plate, so it's going to be 1-1 on the count. Morrison will throw that one high. Just quickly apologise if the microphone manages to pick me up eating the sausage, but I tell you, it's a bloody good one. And if you're in for a feed, why not come down to Starling Park? We've got sausages, burgers, anything you could really want on a nice sunny day like this. And as that pitch is going to be a swinging strike, takes the count to 2-2. No comment. 2-2 is the count. And that one's close. Morrison thought she had it. But unfortunately, that's going to make the count 3-2. And Morrison gets her swinging. So that's going to give it as the first out of the inning. Ramblers still up 11-8 here in the bottom of the sixth, as coach Roman Gabriel comes out to make the pinch hit. So now pinch hitting for Marist, Kirsty Lackey, and she takes that first pitch for a ball. And that one's going to be a foul. Pops over the right field, down the right side. Moves count to 1-1. And Morrison tries to get that slow drop ball to work once again, but it gets past Fogel. However, no damage done as the runner stays at third base. Time is called as the other match ball is brought back in. That was just fouled off a short time ago. Obviously, Morrison likes that one a little bit more, so she wants to get that one back. See if it helps her here. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike. And that one's going to be a foul. So now we've got a 2-2 count here with 1 down. Can Morrison put this one away? That one's going to be up and away, so she's going to work another full count here. And that's a nice drive. It's going to just tip off the top of Muldren's glove at shortstop, so that's going to score the run. And the call by Roman Gabriel to bring in the pinch hitter pays off as Marist scores themselves another run and moves this game to 11-9, still in favor of Ramblers, but once again, the comeback is alive. And with the job done, she will return to the dugout, having picked herself up an RBI, as Amy Wells now re-enters the game running over her first base. Obviously, Gabriel wanting to use her speed in any way he can here in the late part of this game. That brings up to bat now for Marist with 1 down, their third baseman and the leadoff hitter, Ashley Foley. Foley squared to bunt there just to see if she could get the corners moving, maybe help out Wells with looking to steal on the base paths, but it doesn't work. Corners stay where they are. Foley looks to hack at it, and she comes up missing with a swinging strike for the first pitch. Marist has once again started their baby shark chant. Oh, and maybe it's starting to work as Foley fouls that one off. But Foley now quickly in the hole, 0-2 to Morrison. And that pitch is going to be high. Wanted to try and get Foley chasing, but she won't have a slice of it. So So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, still heavily in the favour of Ramblers. And this one's going to be ground over to shortstop. Muldrill's going to look, and she'll throw over to first base for the out and a bang-bang play. Initially was looking at the double play, but Wells is too quick over to second base, so she has to adjust. Makes the throw over to first, and by a hair manages to gun down Foley. So that's going to be 2 outs now for Marist. They've got a runner at 2, and now in the box, second baseman, Aisha Hooper. And that first pitch is going to be low. So Hooper getting ahead in the count early against her former teammate. However, that one's going to be a strike for Morrison as she finds the outside half of the plate. And Hooper with a big swing there, but all she can do was clip it back into the backstop. So now Morrison jumps ahead. Roman Gabriel is going to call time, and he's arguing that there was a catcher's interference on the swing. But the umpire isn't having a bar of it. Believes the sound made was actually the ball bouncing off the mitt. And so the count remains at 1 and 2. 2 down here with a runner at 2. Morrison pitches. And Hooper blops this one into second base. And Stockford's there for the catch. And that's going to be ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So Ramblers holding on in this one. They were made to work by Marist, who tried a valiant comeback attempt. But unfortunately, the comeback falls just short as Ramblers run out winners in this one, 11-9. Up next will be on Diamond 1 is Waitakere Bears versus Howick. If you see a ugly looking first base coach in that one, I do apologise. He's just trying his best.
Don't worry, we'll put him in.
But other than that, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.